Today we're going to deploy the rope guide Twinline, maybe talk about a few of the support items to go with that, but mainly we're going to focus on the rope guide Twinline, my thoughts on it now that I've used it a little bit. So let's go ahead and make a shot up into the tree here with the big shot. There we go. As you may have noticed, there is another line up in the tree. I live in this place called the Real World, and the first shot we made, which was the first shot, it went up through the crotch, and it got snagged on another branch up high, and we were unable to get it out. So we'll get it out when we get up there. I just used a second throw ball and throw line, which is typical of me to have at least 2 throw ball and throw ball lines, and I highly recommend that 2 or 3 lines for various different reasons. So we got to bring this back up because it's out on a limb over there. And it's going to come back in like this. There you go. So there's that. Detach our throw ball. Okay. Alright, I'll put this over here. Ground's fairly clear around here, so there's not a lot of stuff for that to get lost in, so that's good. Let's grab our line here. This is our line that we've already pre-attached, which I keep it that way. Our rope guide Twinline is already attached to this line. And that's the way we keep it, so it's already on there. I'm just going to slide that on there like that, set that down. You go over here and, oh, probably in the other bag, our tape. Which is not in here. There's always something you forget when you're going to make a video, but let's just take a look in here. Yep, she's in here. Normally it's in that bag over there. It might help if I stay right where it is. There. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to fold it back on itself, like so. And then we'll just tape this loop in here. This method that I'm using, I show this in an earlier video, and I highly recommend it. This is not for hanging off of. It's just for line placement. While nothing is snag free, this does a real good job of eliminating most snags that would happen, because you have this rounded nose, it'll come up through the branches, and that tape holds very well. I wouldn't trust my life on it, but for pulling a line into place, works real well. And electrical tape, for the amount of time it saves you, is economical. So we're just going to pull that up. As I said, the rope guide Twinline is already on that rope. It happens to be further down in the bag. We just leave it in the position it's in from the last time that we used it, and adjust it accordingly if we have to. Now let's pop that up through. There it goes. And here comes the rope down the tree. Back to my hand and see the rope guide twin line popped up. Okay. One of my thoughts regarding the rope guide twin line is that I believe that it really should come with the A.R.T splice anchor at least. It is a bit of money for the kit, so you're spending good money. I think they should at least give you the short anchor for it, in my opinion. And obviously you have to buy a separate rope, alright, so that you can deploy it from the ground. So now you just simply, I'm going to pull this down a little bit like that. You simply just double this rope over. You're gonna girth hitch this. If you already have a splice eye, a big splice eye in the end of your line, you can do that. Originally I had ordered a rope with that, and they actually put the tight eye in it instead of the regular splice eye. So I just simply said, you know, no, I'll use it because I don't want to send it back. It works well, but this is how they normally have you do it anyway. I just like that girth hitch with the A.R.T in it. What you're going to do is just put this on the thimble, and then just dress it. Take a simple overhand knot, put it near the end of the rope, and dress that knot so it's not going to come out, and then just give this a tighten up. And then you take your second rope, which is your climbing rope. We're not going to gaff this tree because it's not coming down. I'll put my spikes aside. Maybe in another video I'll talk about those spikes. I like that setup. There are some limitations to it, but I prefer those from many other ones that I've tried currently. Night and day. So we have some dragonfly line here. Has a tight eye on it. I'm going to put this through here. I'm going to take my trapeze, put it on this back line like that. So your trapeze is hooked up. Very important that you put that on before you go to remove the line of the tree. That will become more obvious when we go to do that later on. And we're just going to take this, and I'm just going to clip it to myself like so. And then all you do is you simply take your line, you're going to feed it up a little bit, just like so. And then now you can just grab your line and just pull. And it's that simple. It goes up, and you just go up until it stops. There it is. And I'm just going to neaten up here a little bit, rebag this, set it aside here. We have a spectator over here. I don't know if you can see him. Got a little chipmunk coming into the scene. There's tons of those things around here. Sometime I'll shoot a video on this is another alternative method for as opposed to hanging your rope, flaking it in the bag. It's a real simple, easy thing to do. It's basically what I'm doing right now. We're going to set this over here by the crotch of the tree to keep it out of the way somewhat. Okay. Now I'm going to take this off here. I'm going to hook it to my Spider Jack 3. I highly recommend that you learn how to climb with a Blake hitch or a speed line hitch or something like that. But then, you know, get a mechanical later on if you keep doing it. But you should learn how to do it the old school way first, in case you ever have to do it that way. And I think it gives you a greater appreciation. But I do like the mechanicals. Some people are stuck on old school. I think old school is great, and I think there is some stuff that is better old school than new school, if you'd like to call it that. But personally, I think the secret is the blending of the two, knowing when to use one and use the other. And some devices aren't that good, some are good, some new methods are, some are. So, and sometimes you don't have the stuff to do it. New school, because it can be, in some cases it can be quite gear intensive, but my recommendation, and I can't tell you what to do, as a friend of mine says, is to try some of the new school. I think you'll find some of it you'll like, some of it you won't like, and I think some of it is good and some of it isn't good. That's just my personal opinion. So again, we're mostly going to concentrate on that actual the actual twin line rope guide itself, then the hawse and the other things that I'm using and wearing. So having used this, I find that it deploys fairly nicely. I recommend to anybody using a tree saver. It makes a difference. Sometimes it can be a bit of a pain to hook up a tree saver. This thing you can definitely hook up from the ground. In most cases, it's not that hard at all, as you just saw, to get that in place. So now let's just go up a few steps. You can really pull yourself up by hand real easy with that pulley being up there. Incidentally, the hawse Velux and this setup really shines once you get a few feet up in the tree. Not bad down low, but before it actually starts to really take effect, you need to be up in the tree a few feet. I mean, this initial thing, you'll have to slide it up like that, you know, and you have to watch your foot and just kind of jiggle it to get it through. But once we're up there, right about now, it'll start to work on its own. Then usually I find myself standing up and just walking up the tree. And I might as well talk to you while I'm climbing up here. I have a pair of Evo 2s on, which we're going to be doing more reviews on them now that I've had them for a little while. My thoughts, just as a little spoiler, I do like them, but there are some things about them that we'll talk about in the video that's coming up on them. Hope everybody's having a good Memorial Day weekend. Okay, Now I'm going to get up a little higher here, and there we go. We'll sit back on that. Okay. So while I'm here, you can get a good look at the twin line up here. Now let's see if we can see what's going on up in there with that snag I got going on. I'll have to climb up a little higher, I believe, before we can really look at it. See if we can't get that pulled out of there. Oh, well, I guess. It's just around that throw ball line. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay. Now I'm going to unclip myself here from the hawse. I clip those shut so they don't grab the line again, because sometimes that's what they'll do. There we go. Let's grab on the line. All right. So all right. Stood up in here. Let's kind of look. See if I can't see where that's really snagged up. Can't really see it. That. Okay. Okay, now I can kind of see the line. There we go. So we'll just send it back down. Just like that. I got it to free up some. And just to make it easy, we'll just take that off down bottom and then pull it up through. And we should be able to remove it without any problem. So, as I said earlier, it is a little bit pricey, $369 for the Rope Guy twin line. Do I think it's worth it? Yeah. Do I think it's could stand to come with at least the A.R.T rope anchor? Yes. You know, I think it should come with that. The other possibility, of course, is if someone put together a kit with it that came with a you know, with a line that came with it and gave you a discount because you buy them together. I did happen to get a discount on the rope guide Twinline, not because I was doing a review or anything, just Trill did a promotion. You know, I buy stuff from them and they gave me 10% off, and I used it for that. So I ended up paying a bit less for it. You know, that's that with that. I'm pleased with it so far. I think it's a handy tool by far, especially if you're doing spikeless pruning. It makes things so much smoother. The Haws ascender setup too works well with it. The Spider Jack 3, to tell you the truth about it, and maybe I'll get into that a little later on, I'm not super impressed with it. It's definitely safe, works well. Well, you know, and to someone that's never used one before, they probably would think it was great. Maybe not, but I guess, well, it's a little quirky, I guess is how I'd put it. You know, sometime I might do a review on it. And but enough about it. The biggest reason I mention that is because, you know, you see me with it on, and you're probably wondering about it, and you know, you may be thinking of getting one yourself. To be, in all honesty, if I had some different ones that I tried out, I've had some ones in the past, but I mean some other ones that are on the market right now, I probably would have gone with something else. Just because I think they missed the boat a little bit on the refinement of it. But again, it works good. I'm just not thoroughly impressed with it, I guess is the best way to put it. Alright, well, that's basically my review at this point. We're definitely going to be doing, at some point, we'll do something as far as long-term use on it. Definitely, if you're thinking about buying one and you're serious about it, I would pull the trigger on it. I would recommend that you pull the trigger. You know, if you're seriously thinking about it. Rope Guide Twinline is a nice device, and I think it's well worth getting. I do wish the price was a little bit cheaper, but who doesn't, you know? So, all right, well, I'm gonna head back down. I probably should have brought a saw up here with me for pruning, but so I can get a couple of little branches and stuff. But if you have any thoughts or questions regarding the Rope Guide Twinline, anything else you'd like to ask me, feel free to ask me that in the comments, or if you own one yourself, I'd love to hear your opinion regarding it. How this comes out, how easy it comes out. Okay, so simply take this off here. I've got the retrieval ball right here, and you take your retrieval ball and you put it in through there, and then you clip it back to yourself and you would send it up. However, with this tie-dye, this bulks up so much right here that this will get stuck where this would get stuck, where this is supposed to get stuck. So it works well. I use it without the ball. I'm not telling you to use it without the ball if you have this kind of eye setup. This eye may wear in a little bit, you know, soften up, but it's pretty stiff now. And I've checked it on the trapeze and it will hit the trapeze, do what this does, and won't go through. So I just leave it at that. And do it that way. But normally you would put that retrieval ball on there so that you make sure that you do get it. And do that. So okay, we'll show you how easy this comes out. Okay, we're just going to take it and pull it up, and it's just boom, it goes up. It's going by itself, goes to there, goes right through the pulley like it's supposed to. Now it's just sitting there. I didn't even pull on it to do it. Now it's sitting in the trapeze, and now you just go like this and you pull it down. Pull down. Again, I could have had that rope bagged up and out of the way so this wasn't an issue like this. You know, that's on the ground. Alright, so you're back down. See how it sticks in the trapeze and it's too fat to go through it? Okay. So alright, that's how quick and easy it comes out. Thanks for watching. Hope you gave you some information if you're thinking about getting the rope guide Twinline. Again, I do recommend it. I do wish it wasn't quite as much money as it is, and that it would come with at least the A.R.T rope anchor. And we'll just put this back in the bag. And I do highly recommend that once you get it on your, once you put it on the line, you just leave it on the line until, you know, until you're changing what line you're using it on. So we'll just pull that out. Boom. That's it. If you did like the video, if you'd like to, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you're interested, you can subscribe. I do like it when people subscribe, but really, I'm not like, oh, you must subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate that you do. That lets me know that people are watching, and if you make comments, it does too. I'm not, I don't ever plan on being monetized or any of that. That's not why I'm on YouTube. Not that I think it's a bad thing for those people that are monetized. I just, some people get too caught up in that, in my opinion. And my channel's not that good, and I'm not putting myself down. It's just, I'm just a regular Joe tree climber. You know, just if I can pass on some tidbit of information, or, you know, maybe, you know, actually entertain you for a second or two. I said a second or two. Okay. All right, have a good one.